Hey, what's shaking, you five-time losers? My name's Jesse, and this is my brother Cody.
Cold-blooded.
And welcome to the Ultimate United Givers of Themes podcast.
Podcast for the Ultimate United Givers of Themes, and we're also known as Two Golf. We're gonna talk about the movies that we rewrote all the themes for.
Yeah.
We're watching some movies and complaining about things, cause we want our themes in these damn movies.
Oh,
But we don't think Hollywood has the damn guts to deal with how real our themes are. We don't think the themes from all these movies cut the mustard good enough, and we could do a better job. So we rewrote the themes, and now they're better themes. And now this is a podcast where you listen to us talk about our themes. Okay, here we go. Let's podcast.
Yeah. Okay, here we go.
We're gonna podcast, see?
Yeah. Okay.
Everyone against the wall, real quick. We're gonna podcast, see?
All right, listen up. I want half of you against that wall, and you guys, you start podcasting. The other half of you, well, you better start podcasting too.
You better believe we are gangsters to the max, and you know it. You know all about it, too.
That's a clip from the upcoming film Gangsters to the Max. It's a pseudo-sequel to Gangster Squad, starring Nick Nolte.
Written by Nick Cave. Was it written by, or did he do music for Gangster Squad?
Did he?
He did music for something about gangsters that maybe was Tom Harvey in that?
I don't know.
You know Tom Harvey, who played Bang?
I know who Tom Harvey is in a movie where he plays two Tom Harveys. He's in, you know the Craze. He's in a movie where he plays both Craze instead of Spandau Ballet, each playing a Cray.
Ronnie Cray. Do I know that name?
Yeah. Ronnie and Reggie?
Ronnie Cray, do I know my name? Please say you don't, please say you do. Whoa,
Ooh, there might be a new theme brewing, unless that's an old one.
No,
I forgot
that's
about.
fucking last from the International Playboys, man. It's about Ronnie. It's about the
Oh
Crays.
yeah, I haven't listened to that in a long. I guess I never knew that song too well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Ronnie Cray, do you know my name?
The Spandau Ballet
Please
really
say
should have done that song though, because And the other day I listened to some Spandau Ballet. Interestingly, because I was thinking about the movie The Craze, and I said to myself, you know what? I think Spandau Ballet might kind of suck.
You know what?
I mean, there's some good tunes, but
You know what song really sucks of theirs, but also really rules? Gold. Do you know that song?
I probably would if I had heard it,
man.
which
I'm
might
not going to do the thing.
I listened to the one album.
Yeah.
The one that has the song on it.
And it's the same album. It's the true album.
Okay, then I did hear it.
Man, this I'm not going to do the thing. Last podcast, we made the big mistake of showing YouTube clips on an audio podcast.
Oh, right.
And
Yeah, I
was
listened
funny.
to that in the car,
It
and
was
there's
funny.
just nothing there.
Yeah, it was
when we were
funny.
trying to listen to Van Hagar.
Yeah. Oh, no.
Oh, no, I didn't listen to this week's yet. I forgot about it.
Because we talked about a Mr. Show sketch.
Right.
And then we watched
right,
it, and we
right.
tried to, So, but what I was going to
doing
say
it.
is fave yourself up, and maybe I'll just fave us up like when we take a break, but the video for Spandau Ballet's Gold is just like, it's one of those videos, because the song goes like, gold! Everyone's power is gold.
Right,
You gotta-
right.
So it's one of those things that every time there's like, gold! There's like they match it in video style, like, it's the same impact
and
or
they kind of dress like pirates, right? Like they were that kind of vibe.
No, you're thinking of ABC.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure I watched at least the one video I watched. I think they wear a lot of puffy shirt, like they dress like Jerry Seinfeld when he doesn't want to be a pirate.
Yeah, but not as much as ABC does. ABC
Probably
is,
true. I mean, they don't wear eye patches or have carrots.
When I think of Spandau Ballet, I kind of think, and I am pronouncing that Spandau Ballet.
Yeah,
That's the
Spandau.
American way to say it.
Spandau
If you French guys want
Bal-
to stay at French, yeah, I don't know. I guess.
Pronounced Sean Bell.
Spandau Ballet. Yeah, that movie, that's a good band that sings songs that are true.
Pronunciation-wise, I do like to say, it started out as a joke, but now I just say it regular. I say Depeche Mode.
Yes, yeah, and you said that in last podcast also, because you said the song sounded like, I just listened to it today.
Because of that Kids in the Hall sketch, which again, we're not going to watch on here, but there's one where he comes in and he's like, oh, do you have the latest Depeche Mode?
Yeah. Oh, Right. Yeah. But today what we're doing is talking about a movie that I've only seen once, and I don't really remember too much about it. And
I've also only seen ones. Didn't even realize Pamela Reed is in it from the show Grand.
And Linda Hunt, who
Yeah,
played...
it seems to have a rather stacked cast.
Mopes or Sneeps or something. She played...
Sneeps.
No, Meeps. I think it's Meeps. No, it's the Moors. No, she plays... She plays somebody in Dune, and I'm pretty sure it is Meeps.
Oh, okay. Wait, in Old Dune or New Dune?
In Old Dune.
Okay,
She's not
I haven't
New
seen
Dune.
Old Dune in
Someone
a long
who's
time.
not. And
this has Kathy Moriarty, too?
Yeah.
Stacked cast, guys.
Yeah. I'm eating a cracker, which is something you should definitely do while hosting an audio podcast.
Yeah, stack a cast on it.
You guys want to get into some cracker eating ASMR real quick? The cracker's no longer crunchy, as you can hear. It is just kind of
and here's
turned into cracker water at this
some
point.
WMMR of me rubbing my beard.
I'll do it too, so we get in stereo.
This is just like WMMR, which rocks.
Oh man, we could use this as like a. Do it like this. Do it at this tempo. Please allow me to introduce myself. I am Satan.
Ho, ho! I already told you, Satan.
So today, okay, so I don't know, let's try and... So what I can remember about Kindergarten Cop is Schwarzenegger... So what I can remember about Kindergarten Cop is Schwarzenegger plays a guy who is mad that he has to be a teacher, so he decides that they're just going to investigate crimes with kids. Like, are the kids the ones do, or does he have to go to the school because that's where the crime guy might live there? Or something?
Think there's something. Yeah, I think he's a hard-edged cop, not unlike your run-of-the-mill McGarnacle, and he has to. There's a drug ring, probably, that he wants to bust. And the drug ring is probably like, oh, I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to put the drugs on top of the kindergartners, and then people will come into the school to buy them. There's an exec producer named Joe Medjuk.
That's got to be a made-up guy.
Oh, Herschel Weingrod. These are a lot
of people. Yeah. So that's what the movie's about. The drug dealers decide to put the drugs on top of the kids.
Yes.
Because no one's gonna go looking there, especially in kindergarten.
Yeah. It's like you don't want to check out a kid's head.
Kids,
for lice, sure.
Yeah, exactly. And you know what? That's actually a good thing because yeah. That's the plot of the movie. You put a bunch of the cocaines on the kid's head. They send them to the nurse, and the nurse is like, "Oh, that is lice." Then you send the kid home, and you dust the cocaine off his head, and then you go sell it to like some older kids that aren't in kindergarten.
Back then, that was the only way to get cocaine around until like the late 90s when Traffic learned how to make dolls out of cocaine.
Yeah, because Traffic was like, hey,
guys,
put the dolls on top of the kids, and then they're made of
so
cocaine.
much of the cocaine is just falling off of the kids' heads.
Yeah, or absorbing into their scalps.
If they have gym class and get sweaty.
Yeah, and then they're all fucking coked up, and they get really excited when they get back.
They study real hard for a half hour.
The kids got like real coked up for story time, and they're like, no, teacher, no, tell the, no, I know how to tell the story. Can I tell the story? Can you? Oh, you know what we should do? We should write our own story. How about this? I'll start the story, then you tell a part, and then look at that, Richie's biting his own lips off.
Oh, cool, geography class. Okay.
Kindergartners have geography.
What am I do? Three best countries in the world. Go.
Oh, we need more beers.
No. Sweden. Yes, they have geography in kindergarten.
So it's
statistics.
Yeah. While we're on that energy wavelength, I'm gonna actually. Okay, so this is the theme for Kindergarten Cop, and the only reason I wanted to play it now is because, like, listen to the energy of this. This is
so rocket queen.
Remember the last time we got drunk together? It was my last time drinking.
Sure.
When you went to sleep or went home, I wrote this song. So it's just like such drunk energy.
Yeah.
So, yeah. There's a cop in the classroom. There's a cop in the classroom. There's a cop in the classroom. Kindergarten Cop.
cop, kindergarten cop, kindergarten cop, cop for kindergarten.
This is the kind where the drummer would do that move where you spin the stick and they're like,
Kindergarten cop, cop for kindergarten.
It's like everything about this song is just like,
This is sweaty.
drunk dude.
He thinks there's a tumor, but there isn't a tumor. The kid thinks there's a tumor, but there is not a tumor.
The kid thinks there's a tumor, but there is not a tumor. That's the big famous part of this movie. It's
yeah,
not
that's
a tumor.
the part everyone. But what if it turns out, subsequent and a sequel that he did have a tumor?
Yeah, that's the sequel right there. Ivan Reitman. Anyway.
That's pretty good.
Yep, so that's the theme for Kindergarten's Cop.
Okay, now this is a real dumb oaf of a question, but I don't know why I can't think of this. Ivan Reitman is still alive and kicking, right?
Oh, yeah, he's definitely alive.
He might not be he might not be working anymore.
Yeah,
Like,
I
don't
think
know.
he lets his kid do the kick.
Yeah, because I know his kid does a lot of stuff
Yeah, he makes movies about
about airplane travel.
airplanes, and about like drunk people who learned something about themselves.
No,
and
I
about,
didn't.
like,
Did he do one of those?
Yeah, that movie about Charlize Theron's, and she's like, I'm gonna be drunk all the time.
I never
and now,
saw
and now,
that.
Young
Yeah,
adult.
yeah.
It's
Yeah,
pretty good. But
yeah.
like his movies, I don't know. I feel like I've grown out of them. Does that make sense? Like,
Yeah.
because I thought Up in the Air was boss.
I saw two
but-
of his movies, and both of them I thought they were real good for the first half, and
Like-
then they got all sappy.
Yeah,
I saw the cigarette one and the
yeah.
airplane one.
Yeah, like it's Sap City,
And I'm just like,
yeah,
I don't want more Ghostbusters in my life.
yeah. I
No
mean,
thanks.
I liked it. That Ghostbusters they made with the all-woman cast. Fucking pwned to the max.
Didn't see it.
I recommend it. It was really good.
I like everybody that's in it. I just
yeah.
don't like Ghostbusting.
Yeah, well, it's actually funny that you mentioned that because
They don't actually do
'cause
any Ghostbusting
People are
in it.
always coming up to me and they're going like, Jesse, come on, tell us, what are your thoughts on Ghostbusters? And I'm like, it's fine. Well, let me rephrase that. The first one's fine. The second one fucking rots.
The second one has
it
good
rots.
goo.
Yeah, it has good goo, but like they're not really. The first one is a pretty decent movie.
Yeah, I
but,
mean,
like,
I'd
but-
revisit
Yeah,
it.
like I do get in the mood to watch it every once in a while because like I don't know, Bill Murray warms my heart.
Sure,
like,
of course.
And Harold Ramis warms my heart.
Sure.
Aykroyd, not so much. Like he's fine.
Yeah, and Aykroyd's kind of that dude, from what I've seen in interviews and stuff. He's that dude who just never stopped talking about Ghostbusters. And
Yeah,
like the
he's
same
really
way
proud of it.
apparently Paul Hogan is like still to this day going to studios trying to pitch a new Crocodile Dundee project.
I'm pretty
and,
sure
like,
they made one recently, didn't they?
Yeah, but it was like a meta thing where he plays Paul Hogan as, I don't know. It's like,
Or did it just take place in Meta?
yeah, it might have taken place in the new computer universe.
No, isn't
That's
Mata
a universe that you
isn't
yearn
Mata
for.
in Jackson? What's his name?
Peter Jackson?
Yeah, Peter Jackson was always talking about. I think that's a place in New Zealand.
Are you thinking of Weta Digital?
No. The place called. He'd be like, "Oh, we go down to Meta." And he could just be saying something else, and maybe it's just his Kiwi accent that has me thrown off there.
Could be, and he was just like, you know what, guys? Tell you what we're gonna do. That's the first 3 hours. The Beatles are just gonna be sitting around goofing, and then spoiler. Then George is gonna be like, okay, well, I guess I'll quit the band.
And John's like, when?
Right now, I guess, don't I?
He did, didn't he?
Oh, that
And
Beatles
then
show.
they turn into punk Beatles after.
Yeah, they're just
They
they're
play a
like,
bunch
hey,
of-
let's go
they-
get
they're-
lunch
they're-
and come back and get fucking loosey goosey.
Let's go get some lunch, and then when we come back, we're gonna be just big time fucking punkers.
Yeah, they got punked the fuck
Man,
out.
they would have gotten a Vulcan neck pinch if Spock was
Zachary
around.
Quinto was around.
Yeah. So we're here. We're watching Kindergarten Cop. There's still no kindergarten. So really, at this point, no one can say why he the cocaine.
At this
thing,
point, the movie should just be called Cop.
Yeah. I mean, I wonder why he goes to kindergarten.
Yeah,
for the life of me, I
think
can't
it has something
remember.
to do with Penelope and Miller.
Oh, is she a teacher?
I think so.
And oh yeah. She's okay. I think this is it. She's a teacher who goes to school there
For work.
and maybe she is friends with a guy who does crimes, or maybe it's like a brother. I think it's her brother.
Okay.
And the brother.
Yeah,
the brother
I figure it was
might.
that guy
Yeah.
that we saw who was being a criminal.
Yeah. So then Schwarzenegger goes to this. Let's just logic this out. Schwarzenegger. So he has to go to this school to become friends with her.
Yeah, I think it's sort of a sting opera. It's sort of like another Stakeout or Stakeout 1.
Yeah. Well, if it
But
were
it's not a Stakeout.
No, it's not. It's not even. Yeah, maybe it's Stakeout 2, another Stakeout.
Which I don't know if I ever saw another Stakeout.
I know it had Rosie O'Donnell. She was like the Joe Pesci character.
Okay, I don't think I saw that then. I think I just saw the first one. Who's that? It's Dreyfuss and Estevez?
Yeah, Dreyfuss and Estevez. Yeah, man, Dreyfuss. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but he has a reputation of being a real curmudgeon, doesn't he?
Yeah, I think he gets a little salty.
Yeah, and even does in his I mean, granted, I can't remember that many Richard Dreyfuss movies. I've seen Jaws a million times. I've seen Close Encounters from the Third Kind, which is my favorite Spielberg.
There's How About Bob?
How About Bob?
There's,
yeah,
Nuts.
and I don't remember Nuts.
I think it's
Mr. Hollums,
him and Baba Streisand.
Mr. Hollums Mopin.
Mr. Hollums, Mr. Gollum's Opus, Mr. Gollum's Old Pens.
He would have been good playing Gollum. Richard Dreyfuss.
Give me the ring. I can't do Richard Dreyfuss's voice, but
there's some great.
What did I see him in lately? Oh, damn it! Something
Weebs. He's on that show Weebs.
I don't care for Weebs. Something more present day. I seen him in that thing.
Dinosaurs.
This isn't really present day. It was 20 years ago, but it was a live TV. It was like a live movie.
Yeah.
Called Failsafe that Stephen Frears directed, and it had Clooney, Dreyfuss, Keitel, Dennehy, Cheadle, stacked cast. And it was all live.
Cast, yeah.
And it's basically the exact same story as Dr. Strangelove, only not a comedy.
I get it.
Oh, guess what? Guess what, everybody?
What?
It's the band that you know is floating around your head. The Wamblers. I'm Jeff.
Yeah, we're coming to you from this place where we just, I don't know, we've been for I don't know, 2 months.
I think maybe we're dead, Wally.
So maybe you people should send us some goddamn money.
We figure if we're gonna be dead, we're gonna need a lot of money for that. So maybe you should send, I don't know, what do you think, $25 or $125 to Being Dead, care of the Wamblers, 8888 Gooftown Road, Wamble.
Town, USA.
So, we were talking about weebs.
Have you heard of this thing, Weebs? It's a show about an old lady. Well, I don't know. She's not like an old lady, but I guess she is because she has kids.
And then she's like, if I'm going to have all these kids, I better do weebs.
Yeah. So she's like gonna sell weebs to guys, and all these guys, they're like dads or whatever, but then everyone's like, let's set this bakery on fire.
And that's the story of doing waves.
And then sometimes you go all the way to Mexico. That reminds me. Did you hear how much of a #1 artist we are in Mexico?
#1 in the Mexico. So we're going to go on a tour of Mexico after we stop being dad.
Yeah, because even when death, we get our end of year Spotify raps, and they tell you like how much people like we're your #1, and for us it was Mexico and this other place. I call it shithole, but it's called like United States.
So you probably want to remember to turn on your computer telephone and put all of your money inside of it. There's a little hole at the bottom. Make sure you turn on Wi-Fi. Scarred word. That's a tough one to say. Anyway, put your money where
Yeah. Listen, everybody. How long have we been here, seriously? We'll leave space for you to talk.
Just have Stanley come get us. I told him where the car keys could have been.
I mean, this is fun, but, like, we're probably dead, and, like, that's a bum rap.
Yeah, you should be dead if anyone's gone.
Yeah, so, uh-oh, what's that thing over there doing? And it does look really, that's like the fakest looking beard I've ever seen on Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, like I wonder if, I mean, I don't know if that's just how hair grows on his face, or if that's like, if that's just an hour of makeup.
Yeah, I mean, it's as if the mustache is like scared. It's like, we better not grow because this guy's always saying he'll be back or whatever.
Yeah, he's saying hasta la vista and that he'll be back. So it really, he's just letting people, he's saying goodbye and letting people know he's coming back.
Right, yeah, that's it.
The Terminator is just he's just sort of polite and punctual.
Yeah, but I think from time to time, the Terminator might be more interested in really shining somebody on, you know?
Okay, yeah, that's true. Sometimes he might say it in order to really shine someone on.
It's one of the best things about James Cameron and his writing, because we were probably roughly the same age as Edward Furlong, or at least I was. Like I was, about 14 or whatever when that movie came out, and it was great because like. It was amazing to me how much James Cameron was in touch with the youth of the.
He knew how kids
he
talked.
was like, because we are always being like, let's go over. If you didn't like somebody, you'd be shining them on.
We were gonna shine. And we'd go up to somebody and be like, hey, hasta la vista, baby.
Yeah.
And they'd be like, oh, fuck.
They'd be like, I just got shown. I didn't want to get shown on, but I did.
That guy shined me on. There's nothing I can do about it.
Yeah. So, I mean, fuck, man. Cameron. Just bravo,
bravo to Jim Cameron.
Yeah, but you know what? I mean, I don't know how into those movies you are, if at all. But I'm same with like Ghostbusters. I'm like, give me Terminator 1. Terminator 2 can take it outside for a while.
I certainly believe that. I haven't seen either
really,
of them
it's
in
super
quite
well
a while.
done and blah, and like great effects. Stan Winston Studios. You know what? You know what is a practical effect, and I never knew that it was the when that guy who's made of metal that's also water gets shot and he gets like the impact like water.
Yes,
that's practical. Because I follow Stan Winston Studios on Instagram. And there was a post that informed me of that fact, that it was practical.
Good job with your practice, guys.
So,
good job
like
knowing what your practice is.
I mean, but T2 as a movie just really kind of shines me on, and I don't really like that.
I could see that. I ain't seen it. No, I ain't seen any Jim Cameron films in a while. I don't even know the last time I seen one. Heck, it was probably Avatar when it came out.
Yeah, I definitely watch Aliens like once or twice a year.
Yeah, ain't seen that. I've never been big on that franchise, and I feel like I got to do some revisiting.
It's a pretty dumpy franchise. I mean, other than the first two movies, it's pretty much Dumpsville. Like one Alien rules. It's one of Ridley Scott's only good movies. That's a guy. do yourself play a game and try to think of as many good Ridley Scott movies as you can.
Yeah, and there's a whole lot that I haven't seen, but I think Thelma and Louise is a good movie.
Yeah. Blade Runner.
Blade Runner's a good, but
Alien.
the thing is, Blade Runner's more a really great design.
It's Sid Mead all over the place. Sid Mead.
Right. Like it's like story-wise, it's good, but it's not 100% great.
Yeah. It kind of
I'm gonna say 2049 is a better film.
Yeah. Probably.
What else did Ridley do? I don't know if I ever even seen all of Legend.
He did. Oh, Legend's good, but you gotta watch the one with the Howard Shore themes, and not the Tangerine. Although the Tangerine Dream themes are pretty good, but the Howard Shore one's better. It fits the movie, but none of them really tell you what happens in the movie.
Yeah.
So I would recommend, if you don't want to shine yourself on, maybe just
I kind of feel like
prepared
most,
that.
at least newer Rid Scott movies are kind of like, they're renties. They're like, I'm not going to see House of Gucci in the theater, but, maybe I'll watch that.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I watched that
know.
one about, Matthew Damon not knowing how to get off of Mars, and it was fine.
Yeah, I ain't never seen that.
Because everyone was like, yeah, this movie's great. Yeah, you got to see it. And I'm like, yeah, it's fine. I mean, it was, I watched it, and it was fine. Matt Damon's one of those guys, he's just fine.
Yeah, except every now and then he's ace. Every now and then he's smoking aces.
He's all the Ocean's movies. He's great.
Yeah, he teams up well with Soderbergh. Informant is pretty solid.
Informant is good. Yeah,
and he's solid in True Grit. But what are you gonna do? Those guys know how to direct an actor. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they do. They really do. I was listening to an interview with Buscemi the other day, and someone was asking him how the Coen. Oh no, it wasn't Buscemi. It was I did listen to it.
Good Man?
With Buscemi. No, it was with Ben. I only know his Sopranos name, Benny Fott, the guy who played Doobie Howser's friend.
And
he's also in Ed Wood.
Max Casella.
Max Casella, and he was talking about how they were asking him about how the Coens direct. He's like, yeah, they pretty much. One of them will come over and they'll tell you something, and then the other one will come over and you think he's going to tell you something different, but they tell you the same thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, everybody I've heard talk about them, this is like Goodman and Clooney and some regulars. They all say they don't really direct you much. Everything's right there in the script. And then what's great is you look on Google.com or on Bing. And you look up one of their scripts and read it, and you'll read one paragraph, tells you everything you need to know about that movie.
Yeah, damn yeah.
Clooney was saying, Joel came up to him after the first take on the first day, and he said, okay, so just remember, you're the smartest guy in every room that you walk into. And then Clooney was like, got it. Yeah. I'm crazy about you, baby. That's my favorite Clooney line.
What do you think would happen if Clooney, for some reason, just started going around all kinds of places and just taking things and think? I got nothing.
Stealing stuff. If he had 10 guys helping him.
I think George Clooney could go around stealing things and pretty much no one would do anything about it.
Yeah, that people would be so excited. They'd
be like, Clooney's stealing my stuff.
People would start putting their nice stuff out on their porch and hoping to attract Clooney to come steal it.
And yeah, man, they would. They totally would, wouldn't they? Just
I would.
Just to get a little scrimpy glimpse of Clooney.
Yeah, he'd wink his eye at you or something.
Yeah. I think it would be a real bummer if he was a dick, but I don't think I don't know. It'd be a bummer if he was, but he seems like a nice man.
Yeah, I think he seems like a nice guy. I mean, he might be a little bit of a dick, but just in the way that, people are dicks.
Because everyone is, yeah.
Might be a little bit arrogant, but he's like, what the fuck are you going to do? He's George fucking Clooney.
Exactly, yeah. And, so this podcast is dedicated to George Clooney and all of his great work, including Kindergarten Cop.
And his Aunt Rosemary Clooney.
Yes, and
she sang that Mambo Italiano song.
Yes, she did. Hey, Mambo. Yeah, Mambo Italiano.
Are
is
we
how-
already at a half hour?
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, that's why I was
Man. Okay.
wrapping it up. Yeah, so
Well, we did say everything we know about Kindergarten Cop.
we did. Yeah, and
Literally.
oh, there's Linda Hunt. Look at that. She's from The Year from Living Dangerously, starring Mel Gibson, who is a real. That guy.
He's
he,
a real
he likes
piece
to
of
shine
work.
people on.
Yeah.
People seem to have forgiven Mel Gibson. Like 10 years went by.
Yeah, they're
and-
doing another
yeah.
Lethal Weapon now.
Yeah.
Which,
yeah.
no need,
Yeah,
guys.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know if you
Now
ever-
I'm getting too old for this shit. You know what I mean?
yeah. So, we're getting too old for this podcast, too, folks. So we're going to wrap it up. Thanks for listening. This has been the Two Golf Podcast. We're the ultimate United Givers of Themes. If you want to go check out more of our stuff, go to twogolf.com. And,
you for
you know,
real.
and we'll flip you for real over there. Tune in next week. We'll talk about a little movie called Willy Wonka Goes to Visit the Chocolate Factory. And some crazy things might happen there. Stay tuned to find out. Don't shine anyone on this week. See ya. Bye.